Three, two, one.
All right.
Hello.
We're cooking.
That was way too loud for me. Ow.
Yeah, I just heard like the whatever that was, the magical tones.
Yes, you can download the disclaimer and the logos off of fanedit.org.
Oh, cool.
Hello, I'm JX Editor, and with me is... Introduce yourself.
Hey, everybody. This is Nick from the AT Chat, and we're going to watch JX Editor's Kenobi film, which is going to be pretty fucking awesome. Part of my French.
Yeah, I would say something, but the one person I know who monitors me on this doesn't like commentaries, so...
Gotcha.
Who's actually the voice of Grievous in this.
Oh, you were? Amazing. I was wondering.
No. This guy, the one who monitors me.
Oh, the guy?
Andrew. Hi, Andrew. You're not watching this.
So yeah, I liked this intro a lot, because every intro of a Star Wars film has to have something cutting through the frame, kind of.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I wanted to guess. I wanted to start on space, and I wanted something cutting through. And I wanted to show where the story is going to end.
Mm.
And so this is the state of the galaxy, and then the scene that's coming up goes to Tatooine, and we see what's going on there.
Yeah, I thought this whole beginning was a really good, like, what is that called in a book? Like a prologue?
Exactly.
Just kind of like prepping us for what we're going into. And obviously, perfect use of a fade.
I really liked it. This whole shot actually was just an effects test at first, and I really liked the way it turned out, so I decided to use it.
Yeah, I think it works. Tatooine, and then you got a little bit of parallax going on with the stars.
That was the main focus of the test, and then you got all this Tatooine B-roll.
This was this from was some of that stuff from the special editions? I'm like so bad with the special editions because I've like only seen them a few times.
The Banthas are the special edition. Everything else besides this Stormtrooper stuff was deleted scenes.
Right.
The Stormtrooper stuff was actually from a YouTube video by Cinematic Captures.
Yeah. He's great. Oh yeah, I love that you put in like that blue hue in the sky. I remember thinking about that when I first watched this. I was like, oh, nice. I've always tried to make a Star Destroyer look like it actually is in the sky, and I fail every time.
It's actually a pretty basic opacity effect. It was just I think I just lightened it or screened
really good.
it. Oh, and then that shot of Darth Maul or Grievous.
Right. Yeah. So once I took off like my Star Wars hat of thinking of all the movies how they were. I really like what you did combining or like creating Darth Maul or giving Darth Maul a different character arc, essentially.
Yeah.
I think it's like really unique, and hopefully everybody digs it. I thought it was cool, and it makes sense kind of because they kind of do have a lot of similar attributes.
I thought it would work as as a prelude to Vader. You know, just this person cut in half by Obi-Wan who comes back in this mechanized body.
Right. It's smart.
And then, of course,
Love
like
the graphic.
Topher Grace before me, I start with Duel of the Fates.
Oh, right. I forgot Topher Grace made some sort of like super master edit. I still hope he releases that someday. I guess it might have been, or I don't even know.
I know he screened it at a theater. By the way, Hello Greedo just posted a video.
Oh, nice. Yeah, he's kicking ass over in LA, I think.
Yeah, he's at isn't he at Galaxy's Edge?
I think so. Those lucky dudes.
Yeah, really.
This is all I want to see at Galaxy's Edge. I just want to see Darth Maul and Obi-Wan Kenobi and Qui-Gon battling.
Hey,
for like my entire experience.
Then you're lucky that Liam Neeson and Ewan McGregor do not age.
Yeah, actually, that's very true.
Which means we got some potential prequels.
You know what's funny? This is more of this like I don't know if you enhance some of the sound design here, but I've always thought that even though this is the Kenobi film, but this scene in particular out of The Phantom Menace has some of the best lightsaber sound design I've ever heard.
Yeah, I can get behind that.
it's just so big and beefy. It's like the only way I can really describe it.
It's faster and more intense.
Yeah, that's very George Lucas.
Yeah.
Also, that was going to be the name of a punk album I was working on with my buddy, who's now in a band called Bigwig.
Oh.
But, yeah, we were like working on this really cool album. They're like, let's just call it Faster, More Intense, because a bunch of like people like us will get it.
Nice. I can dig that.
Oh man, the rage in Obi-Wan.
Yeah, I recut this part of the fight just to make it look like Obi-Wan was just wailing on him.
Yeah, it was really seamless. A lot of things that I thought overall while I was watching this, it was like, wow, that was seamless. And like even, things that we're going to be getting to in Coruscant and stuff, I thought were very well put together. Because like you're stuck with kind of what's in the film.
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
Yeah, the first version of this edit actually still exists on YouTube, and I don't rotoscope the reflection of the blades in that version.
Oh, really?
And but it hasn't changed much since then because it works well.
Yeah. The other thing too is like when you do stuff like this, it's always better to err on the side of like don't do too much, but do what you want. But like when you start adding like new reflections, it can get pretty hard.
Mm-hmm.
I remember once I tried to do something like that, but I think it was me adding lightsabers to scenes that don't have lightsabers like a couple years ago, and I was like, wow, this is a lot more difficult than I thought.
Yeah, lightsabers are a pain in the ass.
Yeah, you need the best motion blur and all that stuff.
Whether you're just changing the color or you're adding a new blade, which I do. I don't think I actually add any new blades in this one. I know I change a lot of hues.
Right, yeah, I noticed that a little bit, but I thought it was tasteful. Yeah. Also, I'm really always been okay with this render of Yoda. I still like 90s CG Yoda
with just the widest forehead.
I know, it's so funny, and the best hair.
I will say that when seeing The Last Jedi, I thought the puppet looked like shit until I realized that it was original trilogy puppet, but with the color scheme of this Yoda, which makes sense because he's cleaner.
That's true. Yeah. Oh yeah. So this is what I mean right here. Like we went right to like this scene, which I know where it's from, but it wasn't jarring to me. And like that audio cue, I guess the way you seamed it underneath, like perfectly allowed this as an editor myself. The way you seamed those last two scenes together was like really, really well done. I have to imagine like you did like a J cut or something to allow the audio to carry over.
It was a yeah, well said. It involved some fading. Some crossfades.
It was very thoughtful because like I pick up on everything a lot and I didn't notice like it was seamless essentially is what I'm saying.
Thank you. I've recently realized I'm kind of bad at saying thank you because I like to say that I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah. No, it's creatives always like to be humble, and I get it. I feel weird too when I get compliments. I'm like, thanks.
Yeah. Oh God.
Also,
why?
I know. You know what's great though? Have you read Master and Apprentice?
Actually,
I feel like there's a lot of similarities between Obi-Wan and Anakin.
Is that one of the comics or is that a book?
A book. Claudia Gray's last book, actually.
Is the cover the one with the silhouette? No, they weren't silhouettes. They were like opaque pictures of the masters with their Padawans below them.
I think it's just Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan actually.
Because I think I might have that book on a bookshelf upstairs, but I don't think I've read it.
Oh, this just reminded me, dude. I really like what you added to this scene. Well, let me turn this up a little bit. I actually think this makes a lot more sense than what actually happened in the film.
Yeah, wait, you mean the old worm through the window technique?
Yeah, the worm through the window thing was so funny to me. But I did love it because it let us see Obi-Wan jump out a window. So
Yeah,
there's a silver lining.
Do you watch Always Sunny in Philadelphia?
Actually, not in a long time.
Do you, there's an audio bite of Danny DeVito saying, "Oh, it looks like he may commit suicide. Suicide is badass." And I synced
God.
that to Obi-Wan jumping out the window, and then cut to him falling when Zam shoots the droid.
Oh my God, that's brilliant. Oh, here it is. Yeah,
Yeah.
like that was a great overlay, man, with the in-world what's it called?
Arabesh?
Arabesh.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Arabesh. That was really good.
Yeah, that is just a bunch of text copied and pasted from her wiki page, which doesn't really seem necessary now that I think about it. It could have just literally said anything.
Well, what's good is either way, like you're paying you're that attention to detail with that kind of stuff is like awesome. Oh yeah, and then right here, what's her name again? Zam Wessel or Zam Weissel?
Yeah, some Wiesel,
Yeah.
Zammy Wiesel.
Have we ever seen any other changelings besides her? I don't think
There's
so.
the one in Clone Wars who.
Oh right, yeah.
Wait a second. In Clone Wars, does the Claudite kill Jocasta Nu?
I don't remember. It's been oh man.
Because
I actually need to rewatch all those before I see the next season.
Because Ahsoka says, "Where did you get that lightsaber?" Or "Where is Jocasta Nu?" And she's like, "Same place you're going." So it seems to be implying that the bounty hunter killed her, but she's alive in the Vader comic.
Exactly. I never thought about that. Oh, by the way, the non jumping out of the window to the chase really works really well.
Originally I showed Anakin getting the speeder, but Obi-Wan wasn't with him. But I realized if I just rearrange her putting the sniper away and riding away, it really it can just cut right into the chase.
Yeah, I have to say, I've talked about this online before. I'm sure you've seen it. This whole Coruscant chase sequence is my favorite thing in this movie, and not necessarily in this fan edit, but just like in the original Attack of the Clones. Like I was blown away by all this stuff. Still kind of am, even though it's like the retro future stuff is like really intense. But I really like it a lot.
I find it enjoyable, but it was a lot. And I think I've gotten pretty good at cutting it down.
Yeah, like the way that you just went into the chase is almost something that I bet the editor in the seat with Lucas probably wanted to do. I remember watching some BTS stuff, and the editor was like kind of like sweating in frustration, as like
he wasn't
Lucas
easy to work with.
What if you just crop him? Yeah, what if you just crop him there and use this scene here and put it together? And he was like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah, what was it? It was something said on the Phantom Edit commentary that during the Young Indiana Jones... oh, wow, that was a cut. During the Young Indiana Jones series, somebody made like a critical suggestion about the editing, and George Lucas just quietly left the room, and the next day he was fired.
Wow. Yikes.
Yeah.
Well, maybe he just got made fun of too much, and then he was just like, I'm not putting up with it anymore. Also, everybody should love that scene of the aliens turning around in all those suits. It's such a small little part of this movie that I love. And, like, I love that you kept that in here. More alien weirdness, I always say.
Alien weirdness is nice. Canto Bite, whatever the name of Maz Kanata's place is.
I liked Maz Kanata's way more than Canto Bite.
I'd love to go to Canto Bite. Canto Bite.
Can't I? But yeah, I liked what he tried to go for, but this is such like a gem, this whole scene, this like seeing the aliens on the projectors here. Mm-hmm. Also, I love this, I don't know why, in this, since it's a Kenobi film, it just really stands out as like, here's the mimic of him in the cantina in the future. Like, this is where he learned that move to defend himself from like he cuts off Ponda Baba's arm.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's like here's the beginning of like that trajectory. Here's why he did that in the future. Like, it's such a cool little analog.
And also we get to it was a good place to reveal that he is still using Qui-Gon's lightsaber.
Right.
I also throw on a blaster effect that wasn't in Attack of the Clones to show that.
Oh wait, I might have missed that at first.
Oh really?
Because yeah.
Well, this is gonna.
I think it happened so fast. I was like, holy shit. I was just more impressed at the pacing of everything.
Oh god, this is about to feel really long because now I want to hear your reaction to that.
Yeah, hold on one second. Let's see. Let me pay attention a little more right here. Oh, I love this guy. I want some death sticks.
This is so Alec Guinness.
It's so good.
Yeah.
And I love that he's drinking.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I wonder if he drank on Tatooine.
Oh, he must have, man. He had PTSD. He needed something to get to bed at night. He had some of that Mos Eisley tainted juice.
Authentic Jawa juice.
Yeah, spiked blue milk.
Oh god.
I also love this music cue. All right, so let's see. Oh yeah, you did add that. That was good.
Yeah, I originally had a different sound effect there, and I think if you go find that just one clip on YouTube, it'll have a different effect.
Gotcha.
But then when Anakin was tackling, jumped onto the pod and tried to cut open the thing, make her crash. That was, detailed.
Yeah.
It was. I tried to cut out all instance of Zam very clearly being a woman before Obi-Wan finds out she's a woman.
Right.
Because it's so...
Yeah, you know what? I never even realized that it's so subtle and it doesn't come off as you trying to do that, but it works. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's when editing works.
Right.
When it's not obvious.
Oh, God. Just got some weird feedback from your mic.
Oh, I did?
Yeah,
let me back off a little bit.
No, you're good. I think it was just a hiccup.
Gotcha.
We're not in the same
Mr.
room.
Mace. No, we aren't. We are probably, 50 miles away from each other.
Yeah, we recently found... Yeah, we're not actually that far.
We're kind of sort of North Shore brethren, even though you're sort of to the left of the North Shore. But you're still up north.
Yeah.
My old stomping grounds.
Yeah, that was weird to hear that you that I know where your old apartment was.
Yeah. It's small world, man.
Small world.
Also, speaking of Jocasta,
oh yeah,
she always seems so annoyed at Kenobi.
Yeah, there's a deleted scene that I tried to restore for this. Did you ever see the where the Obi-Wan is looking at the bust of Count Dooku and she starts talking to him about him?
Oh no, I actually have never seen that. The only thing I did recognize was the I think it was a deleted scene with the deleted scene with Mace Windu.
Yeah, that was restored for me. It's actually coming up right here. Fun fact, this establishing shot, all those ships were the same color, and I was like, well, I'm having none of that. And so I just went in.
Cool. So you went in?
Yeah. There's a purple one that is definitely Mace Windu's.
Mace Windu.
His name's Windu, and he went through a window.
Yeah, I loved this. I was like, this is why fan edits can be really interesting, because you find better ways to use deleted scenes than were intended in the film, kind of. Mm-hmm. And also, it's just such a cool look on it is pretty nice. The look of Coruscant is very interesting in this.
Yeah, this scene was it was restored for Hal 9000, who's a well-known editor. He well-known fan editor. He had a fairly popular episode 3 edited on YouTube for a long time, Labyrinth of Evil. I don't know if you've heard of it.
No, I haven't. I should check that out.
But he restored.
Also, I love the droid. I love that they finally figured out where to film the Jedi fighters, so that way, you couldn't tell that the droid was cut in half.
Yeah,
let's do it from the top.
Yeah, I always thought those designs were really weird, especially when doing like Lego and being like, why?
Yeah.
How does this work though?
Such a good shot of Coruscant.
Yeah.
And it's funny. I'm looking at my like Anakin's. I have a little tiny Black Series like or whatever the hell it is, Jedi fighter next to me that I've been doing for like motion control tests. But I'm like testing that out, seeing if I can do anything fun with it.
I'm about to sneeze. I'm not ignoring you.
It's okay. There we go. I love to. I don't know if you've ever noticed this, like, or while you're editing this together. The prequels almost have like that 1920s and 30s adventure serial look.
Oh yeah.
It's like, where it's like the old,
Hello, Chicago.
like hot rod car style things inside the cockpit. I love that stuff. And it's funny because the way I realized it was by watching the prequels in black and white.
Really? I realized that
it really makes them. Go ahead.
I realized that from the Neo Noir edit on YouTube.
Oh, interesting. I'll have to check that out too. Also, I love Camino aesthetic here.
I almost totally revoiced the Prime Minister because it didn't occur to me to change the name to Qui-Gon Sifo-Dyas, and I was going to have him just call him Qui-Gon Jinn.
Ah.
Actually, I even at one point had a really just choppy audio bite of him saying Qui-Gon Jinn.
It's hard to do that stuff. It's like you're working around so much things.
Yeah, it's not great.
But what's interesting is like, oh, hold on one second. Let me turn up my volume a little bit for the movie. There we go. I always have found it interesting ever since the prequels came out that like, here's the people and here's why stormtroopers look like they do now. It all started with them making clone troopers and that like old school sort of Mandalorian-ish armor. Mm. And I'm like, it's just weird to think these are the creators.
And it's not white. It isn't white. Yeah. It's painted with colors in the ultraviolet spectrum, so we simply cannot perceive them.
Oh, interesting. Actually, I never knew that piece of information. Holy crap.
Yeah,
See, this is what's cool about Star Wars is I'm literally always learning something new.
The Kaminoans they see in the UV.
Also, what's his name? Kenobi has such a good like mullet going on right here.
Oh yeah, beautiful.
Yeah, this is fake beard mode, I think, on the bottom though.
Oh yeah.
Like the pubic hair. TMI, sorry.
Well, and that's real beard.
It's just so weird they had an insert of that.
Actually, I feel like there's got to be B-roll of that somewhere. That's just him sitting there silently. But right. Earlier in that scene, I actually changed the line from Master Sifo-Dyas was killed almost 10 years ago to was killed 10 years ago. And I used a morph cut to blend it.
That's smart, man. Morph cut works sometimes if people are just kind of chilling.
Yeah.
I actually used that in a commercial edit once, and it passed. So sometimes it's super useful.
I used it once when I was editing this guy doing a presentation, and at one point there's like this long point where he just holds perfectly still. So I just was like, okay, let's just cut this whole thing and just morph cut so it doesn't look like he's holding still for 5 seconds saying nothing.
Right. Yeah, it's a good tool.
Yeah. But there are times it doesn't work. Like, I've tried over and over again to use it to blend the frames of Luke igniting the lightsaber with the blast shield down.
Oh yeah, because it reads the whole picture, so it can get pretty wonky.
Mm-hmm. But with the blast shield down, I can't even see.
I love this shot.
Beautiful.
It's so good. It's just eye candy of the best kind.
Yeah.
Also, little yellow guy, Commander Cody of the future.
Although I gotta wonder, what is that yellow from? I mean, if the whites are UV, what is that yellow?
It's probably just like George is like, just give it a splash of color so we can differentiate something, just for the humans.
Yeah, just make something yellow.
Exactly. That's a good impression.
Thank you. This scene was. There were a number of times when I actually. There was a point where I actually almost had Obi-Wan revoiced for a couple scenes. And this was one of them. It was really... I wanted Obi-Wan to take more charge in the scene. Him saying, my name is Obi-Wan Kenobi. It's nice to meet you. You must be Boba. Things like that.
That would have been very interesting. Although, I think what works, too, is, like... You can tell that he's just, like... He knows what's going on with his eyeballs. He's just looking at him like, who's this idiot trying to lie to me?
Actually, a little foreshadowing here that I don't think was intended in Attack of the Clones, but with, when Jango says, do you like your army? And he says, they'll do their job well, I guarantee that. Then, like, 2 scenes later, we see this guy can hold his own against a Jedi. And there's an army of clones of him.
Yep. That's true.
And this is the army.
To me, it was always like the super ominous, like he's already signed up for Order 66. He knows why he's been cloned, and like he's just watching death in front of him, kind of, or he thinks he's looking at a dead man. But I've always liked Jango.
I'll guarantee that.
Yep. And the real beard's back.
Real beard. Was there any fake beard in this scene?
I don't think so. I think it was all natural.
Yeah, it would have been too expensive to get Tamara Morrison back.
Yeah, exactly. I also love Boba Fett here. Just look pissed off, kid, and he did it.
Did you ever see Ewan McGregor talk about the filming of this scene?
No, I haven't.
They couldn't get him to look right about it. It's like look pissed off, but look like you don't trust him. And it's just like, he couldn't quite get that. And so Ewan took him aside and said, hey, when I walk in, I want you to pretend that I've just let out the most nasty fart.
That is amazing.
It's
oh my
good
God.
advice.
George Lucas would never think of that, to be honest.
No, he wouldn't. Respect, he made Star Wars, but no, he
did.
wouldn't.
That's so funny. Sometimes you got to have everybody around you, the whole village helping.
It takes a village. Isn't it true that the kid who played Boba had not seen Star Wars before the shoot?
I think that is true. I often wonder that of a lot of people in Star Wars. I'm like, were they really into this before they were in it? You know?
Yeah, I know Sam Jackson was. He wanted to just put me in a stormtrooper suit. I'll run across the screen.
Right,
I'll know.
He just like signed on.
Yeah.
He just knew. He's like, I want to be in it.
Yeah. Also, there's a cut there that I managed to mask with Obi-Wan's static on the hologram. When they say Master Sifo Dyas placed an army for the clone, you know the line. It suddenly he starts to like fizz up and static, and so it was a good way to cut between 2 of the same shots.
Yeah, it's almost like you use the distortion of the effect to
eliminate
some of the superfluous stuff you don't need. Yeah, that's smart, man. I like it.
And this fight,
I mean, like I said, like I said too, like it's seamless.
I will say with this fight, the music does kill it a bit, but honestly, I could not be asked to redo all the sound effects, the ambient rain, and then find new music for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that'd be like a year's worth of work.
Yeah, that on its own.
Just that.
The green screen shots of of Qui-Gon's 3D printed lightsaber there were actually provided by Andrew DeSoto, Sci-Fi Fan 2019.
I was gonna say, like, they look super pristine. I like it.
Voice of Grievous.
Oh, he's the voice?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, he helps a lot.
Oh, yeah, you told me that at the beginning.
Yeah. He's also, a really good editor.
I really hope we see those blades in The Mandalorian coming up.
Oh, fingers crossed.
I thought that was so cool.
Yeah.
Like, when I first saw this movie, I was like, that's dope.
Did you ever play the Bounty Hunter PS2 game?
Nah, actually, after the Phantom Menace. Like the last game I actually played for a long time was probably the pod racing game. And then like I went on gaming hiatus till I was like 25. And then yeah, I got a PS4 when I was like, or PS3 when I was 25, and then I got a PS4 a couple years ago, and just been kind of doing like Battlefront and like side scroll Limbo stuff. Basically like just simple games or games that I can like kind of jump in and out of like easily. But I've been having a little renaissance of the old Star Wars games because I got Steam a couple months ago.
Nice.
So I've been doing The Force Unleashed, which is awesome.
Have you started Knights of the Old Republic yet?
What's it called?
Knights of the Old Republic. It's the game everybody says you.
Oh, Knights of the Old Republic. Sorry, the sound effect that went by. I was like, what?
Makes sense.
Yeah, no, I actually did start that, and then my gaming stream crashed, and I was like, I haven't opened it since. So I was like, oh, once I get that reset up, because I want to experience it for the first time with everybody else with me, because I think that'd be really fun.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Greedo's doing the same thing, isn't he?
Oh, you know what's funny? I haven't been able to catch most of his streams just because of my own life. I used to watch all of them, but I've only been catching a lot of his like sort of random hangout streams. So that's pretty much it. I haven't seen a few of his gaming streams in a while. Like, just so busy.
I've started like this very niche portion of his very niche group in his fan base that loves. Kite Man, the Batman villain.
I don't even know if I know what that is.
I would not be surprised if you didn't. If you didn't, because he appears barely. He's D-list. He's not even.
Gotcha.
He's not a thing.
But so like he wouldn't make it into the reboot of Batman and Robin.
No, he would not. But
Gotcha.
The thing is, he has the best catchphrase. So I'll just donate a super chat with just the catchphrase, and I'll get some love in the comments.
That's hilarious.
Kite Man, hell yeah!
Amazing. That's it.
That's it. That's the catchphrase. It is Kite Man, hell yeah.
Kite Man, hell yeah. That is A, just ridiculous, and B, just hilarious. It's almost just nothing. But that's why it's funny.
Exactly.
I gotta be honest. I always really liked what's his name?
Hayden Christensen.
Why am I blanking right now? No.
Christopher Lee.
Oh yeah, Christopher Lee. Like even though he had such a sort of smallish role, like he didn't have a lot in the prequels, but like I feel like he was probably the most interesting dark side guy to me, besides Maul. Like Maul's obviously the best, but this dude had like an ideology that we kind of went into, and like it was like, oh, he was friends with Qui-Gon and ended up being Qui-Gon's master, as we find out. And it's like, wow, like what if Qui-Gon stayed alive? Could he have been swayed to this point?
Yeah,
because they're really similar, like with a lot of their sort of beliefs on the council.
Yeah, definitely. There's
also more weird aliens, which I
love.
Oh
yeah, of course. Some of them, arguably
hey, look, there's
racist.
Snoke.
Oh my God,
Snoke.
There he is.
Oh my God, we did it, guys.
But this is before he bumps his head on the Death Star.
Exactly.
Yeah. Have you seen that picture of the guy who bumps his head, the stormtrooper who bumps his head, and it just circles that, and then it cuts to a picture of Snoke with the circle over his head scar?
Oh yeah, I think I've seen almost every possible Snoke meme, and they're all pretty fucking amazing. It's like, oh, here's a blade of grass. It's cut in half. Could be Snoke.
Hey.
You never know.
Last Jedi, that what do they call it? Dumpster fire, I guess.
Oh, the movie?
Yeah.
Or the dumpster fire. That
offered no answers.
Yeah, so we can make our own.
Exactly.
I honestly think he's a 7-foot tall ET, the extraterrestrial, with a scar on his face.
Ooh.
So, yeah.
Who
knows?
I mean, honestly, I just genuinely think he's just like an Inquisitor or something.
Yeah.
Like,
if I had to make a wild guess, he's just
he's nobody.
It's just like the prequel trilogy, where like he is the Dooku of the sequel trilogy. He's like this sort
well
of
said.
Yeah, like that. That's how I always kind of thought of him, which is why I wasn't bummed out by his being cut in half. I hit the air with my fist, being like, yes, when that happened. So, but I still wanted a little bit more. I think a lot of people wanted a little bit more, but I was still okay with it. And I know we're going to get some more in the next film.
Always leave them wanting more, unless you're making an ending, I guess.
Exactly.
There's an effect coming up here that I've heard some criticisms about, that I actually color his lightsaber green in this hologram. Some people say it's too green. Some people say it didn't need to be green at all. Especially considering those blaster bolts are blue.
I would say either way, like, it doesn't look bad. To me, it didn't distract me at all.
Honestly, I wasn't going to do it at first, and then, by the way, the music here, for those who want to know, is Tenebra from the Star Wars The Old Republic soundtrack. Anyway, I was originally not going to color his lightsaber for that hologram, and then I was watching later, and you see Sindralig's lightsaber when he's fighting Anakin. Spoiler.
Right, yeah. So you just want to differentiate things. Which makes sense.
It just tells me that lightsabers can be, should be the color that they were, should be their color via hologram. Because it's the only time we actually see a lightsaber hologram that isn't already blue.
Yeah, and plus, I believe in Rebels. Don't we see a lot of color through the holograms in Rebels?
Oh, yeah.
It's like a little muted. Anakin. Right. It's like a little muted with the blue hue, but you can still tell that the color is there.
Mm-hmm. A little subtle change for to reinforce the Sifo Dyas thing, because there is not a lot you can do to reinforce changing Qui-Gon to Sifo Dyas, but I wanted to tie the story closer together, so I changed the line from Qui-Gon Jinn would never join you to Qui-Gon would never join you.
Yeah.
And we hear some Qui-Gon funeral underneath.
What if I told you? What a gentleman. What if I told you?
I've actually been working with Chris from Cinema Savvy on a Hobbit fan edit that he's working on. That's
Very
much
cool.
truer to the book. And
thank God.
Yeah, we've been trying to find as much Christopher Lee as we can work with to give him more stuff to say, because it's not just the book but also the Legendarium.
Right.
And so,
yeah, I have to be honest. I wasn't a big fan of the Hobbit movies.
I get
which
you.
really made me sad.
I get you.
I was like, but I saw a 4-hour edit on Vimeo that I liked a lot.
Really?
4 years ago or something. Yeah, you know what? I'll send it to you if I can find it tonight when I get back, because it's pretty interesting. And it's just they just like took out the Silmarillion stuff, and just like kind of kept it straightforward, just like the book, because that's what I thought it was going to be.
I actually I sent an edit like that I made that was just my attempt to be as close to the book as possible. I wasn't really working on blending or hiding my footsteps. I just wanted to see if I could make it, and it was sort of smooth. And I actually sent that to Girls with Sabers. Plug.
Oh, very cool.
Shout out.
Yeah, they kick ass.
They are pretty great.
They actually pretty much helped me start my channel in a sense. I didn't know what the hell I was doing, and then we all hung out, and I was like, "Oh my God, this is awesome!"
It's pretty great to just be able to talk to somebody who knows what the hell you're talking about.
Yeah, and also be as passionate as you are about the same thing. And we all have our different things. Like this is a crazy undertaking, to be honest. Like, you putting 3 movies together to tell a narrative you want to tell. Like, that's a huge thing.
Yeah.
So,
and I'm doing it
and like
again.
nobody, I don't think that an average person would probably appreciate that, because they don't understand
just how
the amount
much
of the thought that goes into this.
Yeah. Well, luckily.
Also, May, could that be an axe of the Knight of Ren? Oh, it already cut away.
Oh, damn. Or was that a spear of the Knights of Ren?
Yeah, boom. This is actually where the Knights of Ren came from, everybody. They were Geonosians.
Is that
also
a
very
rock
cool
of the Knights of Ren?
Exactly. Also, bring back that beast. I want to see that beast in Tross.
The Nexu?
Yeah. That thing's fucking awesome. I always really like this weird, like, what would I call this? The praying mantis of Star Wars?
Oh, yeah.
What's the official name of this?
Akle. I know the name of all of these because my most popular video, through no fault of my own, by the way, is of the arena fight. And it, like, just one day, it just got 1,000 views, and I was like, oh, cool, it hit 1,000. And then the next day, it hit 7,000 views.
Holy crap.
And then, yeah, it's at about 500,000 now.
That is amazing.
Yeah, I don't know
I feel
what
like
happened.
I'll have a panic attack if that ever happens to me.
Yeah, it is genuinely... It kind of diminishes the value of your other videos.
Yeah, it's like, uh-oh. That happened with my Raylo video. It got a bunch of views, and like everything else is like maybe 1,000 sometimes. And I'm like, I'm okay with it.
Yeah,
I know it's going to be every now and then we'll get some stuff.
Yeah, when you accept... Wait, did the shadow of that pillar move at all while it was falling over?
There's a lot of interesting visual effect things that happen in the prequels that boggle my mind, but I just let them pass.
Okay, fair enough. Like Anakin shoving his head through a door.
Yeah. The biggest thing, which is why I've always wanted a re-render of the prequels, like a special edition re-export from new 3D programs or whatever. It's because of like the light wraps around all the CG. I don't know if you noticed.
I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah, they look like everybody has a halo around their whole body.
You really notice it when Qui-Gon and Watto are talking about releasing Anakin after the pod race.
Right. Yeah.
In the wide shot.
It's like it was almost the first time they figured out light wraps or something. And I get the purpose of it, but it just distracted from some of the images that when I was a kid watching it, but like, oh wow, they look like angels because the lighting is just really bizarre. Also, badass Kenobi moment.
Oh yeah. Speaking of Star Wars movie CGIs, I just thought of an interesting question. Would you rather watch The Lord of the Rings with Professor Tolkien or watch Rogue One with Peter Cushing?
Ooh. Like the real Peter Cushing in Rogue One?
Or
as is with the way they did it.
No, I mean like as your viewing partner. Like Peter Cushing is there watching Rogue One with you, or the Professor Tolkien is watching The Lord of the Rings with you.
You know what? I'd probably be. It might sound sacrilegious, but I'd be more interested in being next to Tolkien.
I know, same.
Yeah,
it would be really interesting to talk about that technology, though.
That is very true, and I think it's great. But hold on, actually,
also,
I remember this being some. Yep.
Yeah. Also, that shot with Dooku saying you're impossibly outmatched has been rotoscoped, so all the Jedi and what's the name of the planet? Geonosians aren't, moving.
Right. And now they finally are, kind of, sort of.
Yeah. Well,
I didn't even realize that. So that's good, dude. So are you using After Effects to do some of the rotoing here?
Actually, yeah. In this one, a lot of the rotoing was done with After Effects, because in Premiere I can roto, but it looks so much better when you just do it. You let the algorithms take over a bit and use the roto brush tool.
Oh yeah, you know what? I'm such a sucker for Mocha, so I use Mocha for everything.
Oh really?
Yeah, it's actually. I'll send you a tutorial on that aspect. It's like it's built into After Effects. It's a little weird, but the rotoing is unparalleled.
Oh my god, send me that.
It's so fast. Also, I sort of wish, in my heart of hearts, I still always wish this, but I also love this scene. I wish that people were really in suits in the clone army. It's one of my biggest hang-ups with the prequels, which is so nitpicky, but I just wish that there were physical suits made.
I know what you mean, and I'm a little thankful for it, because now the cinematic captures thing at the very beginning doesn't look like complete crap because literally all the white armored troopers are animated in this.
True. Also, I just love this image right here. Like, I could freeze frame this, put this on my wall, and be satisfied.
Yeah, this I kept this despite that it takes place in a significantly different portion of the scene than we just were in. Because the cloud, I had the cloud come when Anakin says aim right above the fuel cells, and they knock over the tower. But originally that was when they shoot down the like donut holes of the Federation ships. Yeah,
well, you know what's cool? It's like you're building that that meanwhile aspect to Star Wars. It's like this is happening, but meanwhile, these guys are doing this, and then we reach this max arc of this one scene, and then you go, and meanwhile, we're back to these guys, which is like one of the best parts of Star Wars, and like you're taking what naturally happens in Star Wars and recreating your own sort of like new meanwhile arcs. Like, so that way every time you cut back from each little story, they're all like sort of leading up to something. It's really, really cool. And that's like honestly the hardest thing for me when I'm trying to do some of my fan recuts. Like even with The Last Jedi, I was like, if I'm going to add some of these things in here, I need to figure out how to make it feel like it's still ramping up with the rest of the movie in a way that works.
I have a Last Jedi recut on firemarkstudios.com that is just drunk, spiteful me alone with Adobe Premiere for a weekend. Creating
I might have to watch
perfect Star Wars Episode 8 for the fans. Yeah. I hope you hear the air quotes.
It's like, oh, nice. Yeah, that was one of the things, too. I was like, because he's not exactly a Sith, but he's you know what I mean? Like, he never changed his eyes, so I was like, brilliant that you did yellow.
Yeah, I wanted it different, and I wanted it really elegant.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. He's a gentleman.
Exactly. So I thought,
and as much
gold.
as he wants to be a Sith, I don't know how he got how he got that Darth title. I actually don't know that history, but I know he's Darth Tyrannus. But you know, his eyes never changed, so it seems like he never fully really accepted the dark side, to be honest.
Although that face he was just making seemed pretty dark.
Yeah, well, that's the thing.
Creepy.
He is. It's almost. I guess he's similar to Kylo Ren sometimes in my head, if I'm thinking about it. Like, he goes to dark and light places. Although, Kylo Ren's a little more moody.
Oh, God.
A lot more moody.
Just imagine Dooku throwing one of those temper tantrums on the Qui-Gon. On the ship after the droid stole his ship. Yeah.
I love the voiceover here, too.
It's nice. I like the way that I didn't have Anakin patiently wait for his arm to get cut off.
Yeah, it's almost like you knew how to let it breathe enough, but also, all right, my brain's bored of this. Let's get to the right stuff, like, just to keep the action up. Because if there's one thing, it's almost like JJ pacing, like JJ Abrams pacing. It's like action, 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 pause, but action, 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 pause, which is good.
Also, just to throw out there, that shot of Dooku knocking down that pillar was actually also made by Andrew DeSoto, the voice of Grievous, the guy who doesn't want me to swear in my videos.
I'm going to send you a bleep that you can use for me.
I'm not.
So far, I've only sweared twice.
We're just. This is
I'm sorry.
Notice
Also,
Qui-Gon's lightsaber there.
Oh, wait. I might have to go back. You know what? I might have to rewatch this again. So I only watched this once before today. Because that's pretty much, you know me, like I have a kid and everything, so it was tough to hunker down. But what I do like about this is just reminding me of the stuff that I did like at first. I should have taken notes.
Yeah.
That's usually what I do. Also, oh wait, hold on. Let me listen. And again, seamless.
There are seams.
I would say I have really nice headphones on. And hold on one second.
that one shot of like
It's so close.
those close-ups of Yoda there are so colored, just changed.
It's good though.
Yeah, because those are him saying fear is the path to the dark side to young Anakin in like that very orange room, and that does not look like a Zabrak.
This whole section right here was like, I was like, I think this guy needs to work a trailer house because you can make a hype reel.
Well, I appreciate that, and then the a deleted episode 3 scene. I like to assume that Obi-Wan got a haircut as soon as he got back from Geonosis.
Yeah, you went to Supercuts.
Exactly.
And they use lightsabers.
Exactly.
Because they have superpowers.
And then the music is actually from Solo.
Oh yeah, right. Oh, nice. Yeah. So this I thought was very Rogue One-y kind of, and also Solo-y, like where they do the time jump, like
yes.
in the movie. I really like that.
I don't have much choice about that.
Technically, I feel like the prequels really could have been one mega movie. Like, even though I would rather sit through like 6 hours of all the movies, the story still is really tight as one idea. You know, it's almost like, as much as I love the Phantom Menace, it almost could have started how you started it with like, let's just have like an occurrence with the Sith and Jedi after 1,000 years to be like, what is going on, you know, and then get into the story.
Honestly, I think the approach to the Phantom Menace was wrong. You could have that whole... A lot of people think like the blockade and the taxes plot doesn't work. I think it could work if you don't sell it as galactic turmoil.
Right.
And you just say like,
yeah.
it is a time of peace. Things are actually going pretty well. The Jedi are just regulating... Voice got high again. Regulating tax disputes.
Yeah, it's almost like... I can't... It's hard to describe the way... Because I think we're in alignment with this. Where like, they almost put the cart before the horse with what we were supposed to pick up from the movie. Whereas they could have just been like you said, it's a time of peace, here's what's going on. And then during the movie, we find out, oh my God, what's going on with this like trade issue? And why is it causing all this stuff? And, you know,
yeah.
I think it would have been better to let us discover it through the film rather than give us the preface right in the beginning. Because it was almost just a synopsis, whereas the other title scrolls are kind of like, here's what's happening, kind of it's like a little more mysterious than the Phantom Menace's scroll was, or the title crawl. I don't know. I don't even know what I'm saying, I guess. It's just like, it just was a little weird. It didn't work for me.
But R4 gets a new death now. Oh, no, he doesn't. That's in about like a minute. So, bad timing on my part.
I was going to say, like, next time, too, you should hit up E.C. Henry if you can for any of these future edits that you do, because that dude's unbelievable with CG.
Really?
Oh my God, I don't know if you saw Battle of the Dreadnoughts, but that was him.
Seen it.
I helped do the sound design for a trailer for that. That was about it.
I remember seeing your trailer and being like, well, I need to keep an eye out for this.
It was 3 minutes of insanity. So good. Did you do like kind of a new grade? So I wanted to ask that on Revenge of the Sith. Did you add like a bit of a new grade to it?
No, I honestly, a lot of people like will address the color correction, and I don't have that big of an issue with it.
You know what it might be? I wonder if like Revenge of the Sith just has, because like it to me is like almost the best filmed prequel, even though like I like the lived-in sets of the Phantom Menace. But I feel like maybe it's just that this movie just has a higher contrast point or something. It's one of those things, like I look at color all the time and like have to correct it, so I'm always just like, oh, like the contrast is different in here, and how like The Last Jedi has like a green hue over it. Very interesting tiny little things I pick up.
Or A New Hope has a magenta hue over it.
Yeah, which Adawan fixed. Adawan fixed it. Or yeah, he I don't. It used to just be plain like regular red. But yeah, like the blues went into the magenta a little bit.
Also, speaking of A New Hope, have you seen Scene 38
Reimagined. Yeah, yeah.
Thank you. Jesus.
Yeah. One of my followers, this dude Stuart, he was like, "Do a video on it." And I really want to. I just got to figure out time to react to it because I like to like put some thoughtfulness behind something before I upload it. At least like a little bit. And I have a lot of good things to say and a lot of suggestions for that. I liked it, but it's one of those things where it's like it was almost so intense that it I liked it, but it took me out of the authentic feel of the original filmmaking, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
I think if they like tracked a stationary camera on like a dolly with them as they fought, I think, and they kind of did the same sort of camera style, I think I would have been able to invest myself more into it. I think the new style of editing and everything made it almost a brand new idea, even though it's reimagined. Oh yeah, I thought this was awesome. I'm just getting distracted by your edit because it's cool.
Yeah, that was originally much funnier. It originally didn't have the flashbacks, and it was designed more comedic, where like Obi-Wan gets thrown to the ground, and it just dipped to black, and it slowly fades into him in the elevator.
Oh yeah. So now that I know that this is your buddy, 1 second. Really, like honestly, like that guy, he should do this more often, unless he always does his own voice acting.
I know he has somebody else voicing Maul in his in the episode 1 edit that he's working on, but he did make a video of Jedi, what is Jedi Knight, Jedi Academy, that with mods of Grievous fighting Obi-Wan, and he modded the Grievous mod to give him the purple and red lightsabers, and he voiced it using his own voice and Clone Wars dialogue. So it'd be like, Darth, and then just Grievous slapped in there. Darth Grievous, alive? Formerly Darth, now just Grievous.
Yeah. I was going to say, I like a couple seconds ago, Palpatine, like, it's always funny when he gets his stuff cut off of him, like his chains and everything, because he makes the funniest face during that scene.
Well, that was a contender.
Ian McDiarmid is just a very, yeah, he just makes really interesting faces.
He's a thespian actor.
Yeah. Did you like the Cartoon Network version of Grievous?
Yeah, I enjoy it. Wait. Clone Wars or The Clone Wars?
Oh wait, shit.
2003.
The one that was 2D.
Okay.
Yeah, 2003.
That I like, just from a coolness standpoint, I like that one more. But this one definitely has more. Well, not this one, but the other one, the Matt Wood one, definitely has more depth. Although I will say, in the Clone Wars, he's more of a mustache twirling villain for the first couple seasons.
Right. Yeah, like I did like him in this. I just wish we got more of a, what's the word? Like, he was almost a sinister, ruthless dude in that cartoon, which I was like, oh, that'll be neat to see in the film.
He wasn't
and it was like kind of like he was wheezing a lot, which was like, I was like, oh, whatever, it's not a big deal, because like it's a play on Darth Vader. It's like,
do you know why he has that? Because it wasn't a play on Darth Vader. It was just that George Lucas had bronchitis, and they decided to record him coughing.
Oh, weird.
Yep.
I thought that. Wait, so this is totally. So George Lucas just changes everything he says all the time. I remember reading him talking about that, and he was like, we wanted to show sort of like 3 different Darksiders, which is, if you put them all together, it's kind of Darth Vader. And he was like the breathing apparatus and stuff. He talked about how that was like an homage to the future of the suit that he would wear. But I wonder if that was sort of after the fact he realized the connections he created just by being so entrenched in his own universe. Because sometimes that happens, like happy accidents you never knew connected.
Oh yeah, I mean the music cue when Obi-Wan flies to Kamino, total accident.
Interesting.
But it
Also,
sounds great.
I love that scene in Kamino. That's like I never even noticed it until I was like 20 or like 20, or maybe mid 20s. Where I love this. Another happy landing. When you can see the Kaminoan riding the dragon in the rain in like the lower left of the screen, and for some reason I never noticed that, and then I finally did, and I was like, "That's so cool, that's so badass." Also, where's the Falcon? Oh, did we cut away before?
I think you just missed it.
I always used to be like, "Oh my god, it's Han Solo."
No, it's not. It's not even Lando, probably. Also,
No,
wait a
it's
second.
Snoke. It's Snoke.
Oh, of course. But
That's why he wanted Ben the whole time. He just wanted the Falcon back.
question though, does the Falcon in this have the escape pod on the front?
It doesn't. Even more confusing. It's just the regular beat up YT freighter.
Before, Lando's own modifications, I guess.
Maybe Lando was once a gentleman of the Senate.
Oh my. Or L3 was a gentlewoman of the Senate.
Ah. As much as I kind of get people's beef with L3, in terms of like the annoyance factor, I really want to get the Black Series collectible of her droid because it's one of the coolest looking droids I've ever seen.
I want a little bit of a comeback from her in Rise of Skywalker, just to see Lando piloting it. I was like, I want to see some reconnection.
That'd be actually really cool. I didn't even think of that.
Even just like a throwaway line.
I love how Mace just stares like, I can't swear right now, but he's like, MFer.
No,
he's like, take a seat.
You're fine.
MFer.
You're fine. Just go right ahead.
Yeah, he gave him the motherfucker treatment.
Yeah.
There it is.
I tried my best to remove as much of Yoda saying Grievous because he says it with a lisp for some reason.
Yeah, Grievous.
Grievous. That's not a lisp. That's a speech impediment, but even still.
Yeah, he just has a funky way of saying it.
Yeah. Yeah.
The Wookiees. Lots of eyes staring at each other. I remember I cut this into something a long time ago. And I was trying to make something funny of like, I don't even remember. It was just like a reaction video, but they were all just staring at each other.
Oh, do you have the two Jedi from who hear Qui-Gon say, "I believe he was conceived by the midichlorians," staring at each other?
No, I don't know. Oh wait, I don't know. Maybe I don't know if I remember that.
What the hell?
Hmm?
What?
Oh, I just got a text. I was like, "What's going on with my?" I heard like a little. Soon we'll all be able to make our own lightsabers at Galaxy's Edge when we can afford it.
When who can afford it? The people or the Galaxy's Edge?
Us.
Yeah, right.
In 10 years.
Yeah. I love Force FX lightsabers. They are so freaking cool.
I don't even have one. I keep thinking about it, but I'm like, man, I just keep doing Black Series toys. One day.
I mean, also there are the side distributors like Saberforge and Ultra Sabers.
Oh, I think I've seen some of those before. I think I like those like pop up on my channel sometimes like an advertisement.
Yeah, Ultra Sabers does. I get a lot of Ultra Sabers ads like that.
Very cool. I should check that out. Maybe are they more affordable?
Usually, but I will say they sound suddenly becomes an option.
Ah.
Which saves you money if you just don't get sound, which honestly for making videos isn't a big deal.
Right. The pensive stare.
Defensives. I wanted Anakin's fall to the dark side to be perceivable as like almost sudden, but like you can kind of see it coming.
Right. Yeah. I think the way you've been peppering him in and out does make it work, because it's like, if this is about Kenobi, it almost does have to be the thing that will sort of shock him in his third act, like the thing, you know what I mean? So I think it works. And at the end of the day, if I'm being honest with myself, I feel like it would have been almost better still to have it happen a little more black and whitely in the film at the end, because like it is sort of because of a vision he has, but it's like, is that enough to push somebody to the dark side that quickly? It's almost like I wish that it was like that it was just kind of just like not like he got possessed by Palpatine, but like something had happened between them almost, where like his influence like reached into Anakin like profoundly, and just like in an instant he's almost just like, I'm now a Sith or something. Like I know that's not exactly how it happens, but
I don't know.
For me and his character,
I was never a big fan of the I was never a big fan of the idea of like personifying the dark side, or like weaponizing the dark side in such a way that like it can corrupt Jedi without them surrendering to it. I feel like there should always be a choice involved.
Yeah, that's also a fair point.
That's why I don't like Dark Empire.
Yeah, it's almost why I wonder, like, I think it works narratively for the whole saga, but is a future vision of the death of one's wife enough to push it? But maybe it is, because a video coming up that I have talks about the inverse of that with Kylo Ren. So who knows?
Well, I mean, I think it's a vision of his wife combined with just the fact that the last time he had a vision like this and he didn't act on it, his mother died.
That's true. But then he did some awesome shit to well, I guess murdering's not awesome, but he messed up some of those sand people and the children.
I just want a video game level where we just get to just go to town slaughtering sand people.
That'd be amazing.
I'd also like a video game level where we avenge Anakin's mother.
Yeah, man. A lot of people talk about Shmi on Twitter here and there. They're like, let's resurrect her. And I'll be like, honestly,
what?
I wouldn't hate that. I wouldn't hate seeing her pop up for some random reason.
I liked her brief vision role in the Mortis arc.
Those are 3 freaking great episodes.
By the way, music here, Tales of the Jedi from Ben's house.
Yeah.
That's it. I like it's the last time, it's the music that's gonna play when he talks about the last time he was with Anakin, referring to him as a friend.
That's a good tie-in. That's actually really cool. I didn't notice that at first. So, how did you isolate some of the vocals here?
Well, honestly, a lot of the time, a lot of the music gets inserted over scenes that just don't have music already in them, and then sometimes.
I always figured there's like always something billowing when the two of them are on screen. It's always like, but that. Oh, I guess that makes sense then. If there's nothing there,
you were spoiled by the Last Jedi music only thing.
Right. Yeah.
I wish I could see that. I haven't seen it. I have no means of seeing it. It would be so cool to see it.
Oh, right, because you have to have some other digital download version of it. I forgot about that.
Yeah. You have to like be logged into some app that I'm pretty sure is only available in the UK. But that can't
that's
be
lame.
Yeah, that can't be right, but
I know mine's only online somewhere. It's like Voodoo or Vidu or something.
That might have been it, but yeah. All the hyperspace travel seems instantaneous in this.
Yeah, it's good. It's quick.
Yeah.
I love this fucking landscape.
It's so nice.
Cool. Oh, nice burp. Sorry.
You're cool, man.
Nice. I always thought that was like a what's it called? An analog to the face hugger from Alien, because that skeletal structure on that platform looks exactly like a face hugger. Also, it's Snoke.
Oh shit, there's Snoke.
He's like the vampire of Star Wars right there.
He really is. Like, I want to see a Sith of that.
It'd be pretty badass.
Oh wait,
it's
the Grand Inquisitor. We get one.
Oh yeah, that's right. Of that species, I totally forgot. But once a Jedi. True.
Yeah,
I think that was a crazy reveal in Rebels for me. I was like, oh.
Yeah, somebody took the scene of what's the name of the Jedi who betrays Ahsoka?
Oh, shit. Why? It's the one who I think became an Inquisitor. What's her name? Oh. Shit. Luminara?
No, Luminara's... It's Luminara's apprentice.
Shit.
Either way.
Let me type this in.
The scene of her being arrested by the Temple Guards, I think it was Star Wars Story, which is named before Rogue One was a thing, posted a video that actually takes Grand Inquisitor dialogue and puts it over some of the Temple Guards, specifically one of the Temple Guards, saying like, "You cannot escape. Do not fight." Things like that.
Oh, there it is. Hello there,
Master Kenobi. That was awful for me, but I was being.
I liked it.
I was being my Grievous. Hello there.
Hello. I love the zooms.
Yeah, I honestly, when I was working on this and the Battlefront dialogue, when the Battlefront trailer for Kenobi came out, I was so excited because I'm like, oh, I get all this Ewan McGregor sounding Obi-Wan stuff that I can use, and I
love that you cut out the. That was another thing I totally forgot until right now. I love that you cut out the. Oh, I don't think so. That like random zoom into his eyeballs, which is the funniest insert ever made.
I replaced it with the one of the taunts from Battlefront, right?
Yeah.
Because the first line was replaced too, because it was originally Grievous saying, "Army or not, you must realize you are doomed." And so
I also love like no matter what, this music is always perfect under any battle.
Oh yeah, every time. But then since he changed it, makes it more personal about the fact that it's been 13 years since he cut him in half, and he's finally getting revenge.
Yeah.
And so the line is changed to, "You certainly have a flair for the melodramatic."
Yeah,
that sounded almost drunk.
Well, who's to say they weren't?
Fair enough.
We don't know.
Hey, I don't judge James Arnold Taylor.
Yeah, nobody knows. Venator classes. That
laugh is sinister.
It's so good. You know, it really would have worked probably if they really did keep Maul in the movies in this way.
Well, I really
do think it would have worked.
I think that they intended to actually have that was like part of the that was one of the possible ideas, and then the concept art was used as an example in the making of the comic that eventually Twin Sons would be based off of.
Right. Yeah, I guess, I mean, I do like that. Like, it's almost like, do I want to go back in time and change it all, or do I want to still, like, get pumped about Rebels and all that stuff? Because they still gave such a great end to everything.
Also, Dinosaur Chase is gone.
Nice, yeah. I did like that thing, but although I think the only reason I like it now more is because like it sort of was incorporated into the new Master and Apprentice book and like made me care about it more.
Really?
Yeah, but not. It was always one of those things in these movies where I was like, fluff.
Yeah, I'm considering trying to do the sound effects, but I'm not going to do the sound effect.
Sound design is super tough.
It's like a seal barking into a megaphone underwater.
Yeah, like I can like hear it in my brain. It's like that weird like I can't even. Yeah,
almost like a blaster.
Yeah. There you go. You just have to flick a really tall pole somewhere and record that. Then like have a cat meow.
Or get a slinky.
There you go.
And a lavalier mic. I
Darth
cut out
Grievous is dead.
I cut out Obi-Wan just shooting the shit out of him.
Just give him that one.
Yeah.
This always creeped me out as a kid. Or I don't know. I was like 17 when when the Revenge of the Sith came out, or 18.
I was younger. I was like technically still a kid. No, definitely still a kid.
Yeah, I think I was 12 in 1999, so it was, yeah.
I was
I'm 33.
I'm 21.
Well, welcome to the drinking age, buddy.
Oh, it's great to just do it legally. Not that I'm
just
implying
have a nice
anything.
Little beer. Yeah, we all dabbled. Here it is. Oh.
And then cut.
Boom.
Because, spoilers or something. I don't know. You don't know about... Do you know about the sequel to this, by the way?
No, I didn't know that you were doing a follow-up.
I think it's going to end up being a trilogy.
Well, that's going to be cool. We'll have to do this again then for each one.
Yeah, right? I mean, I'm glad you said it and not me, because that might have been, awkward.
No. I'm in. Also, I never noticed... For some reason, every time I watch a Star Wars movie, I'm always just looking in the background now, because I've realized how much things I never noticed, like, every time. And even now, I'm just, like, noticing more variants of clone troopers. Also, I think this planet is coming to Battlefront.
Oh, Felucia or Megiddo?
Or, what is the name of this one right here?
This is Felucia.
I think this is the one. This is when I saw an image. I'm pretty positive.
I know in the original Battlefront 2, there's a campaign mission where like all the clones are talking about how
right, yeah
horrible it was to survive.
I think this would be like a online competitive like versus. Yeah, I think this will be online, like a kind of like when they dropped like Geonosis and all that stuff. Or at least I hope that's what it was.
Hey, fingers crossed, man.
Commander Cody.
I don't recognize most of the armor, honestly, most of the time. Like that one armor that looks, the helmet that looks like it's made of a white painted cheeseburger. What trooper is that?
I don't even know. That's an amazing description, though.
You know which one I'm talking about, though.
Well, he's the guy just what's his name, that just destroyed that Jedi, right? The guy that was in the middle?
No. The one who says, "Did you find Kenobi?"
Oh, you're talking about the guy? Yeah. Well, that's the same visor that Commander Cody has, right?
No, the one he's talking to has that, but the guy, like his helmet is actually shaped like a cheeseburger.
I don't think I even noticed that.
You're going to.
Now I feel like I'll never be able to not see it if I go back.
By the way,
also I love how simple in the movie. I just love how simple that effect was right there. They're like, just put him in a cockpit, and we'll get Jimmy Smits
to stand in front of a group. I was gonna say, I feel like the delivery was a little stale because of that.
Yeah, that's kind of him. That's kind of how Jimmy Smits is. I feel like I've seen a lot of his work. Like Langoliers, I think he was in, or whatever that was. Some other films like Mi Familia. He's okay. This is like the most real Yoda has looked in these films. I always think this, like right here, and then the only other scene is when they're in the observatory.
Mm-hmm. There's this one little thing in this scene when Bail Organa says, "That's why I went looking for Yoda there," and he points at Yoda. That is just a telltale sign that character is animated. You know what I mean?
Oh, like the way he kind of like doesn't look like he's really pointing at anything.
Yeah, you see him, right? He's right there. Yoda, there.
Yeah. There's like, where's the tennis ball? Oh, Jimmy switched with his point.
This scene always confused me, I'll admit, because what does he see? What is what's that guy's name? Oh,
I don't even remember. That we need to hit up Alex from Star Wars Explained to be like, just give us all the names.
the blue guy with the horns.
Yeah, that's always in everything. But yeah, what the hell is he looking at? I guess in Star Wars, it always just seems like there's always some sort of like hollow feed, always ever present everywhere, where like your image just projects everywhere, no matter what, at any time. I feel like it's never been like fully explained in a way that makes sense for me, or I haven't seen a video on that. I guess like how hollows work. Like, also for anybody, there's a lot of people that find this version of Yoda silly, where he's like being badass, and I'm like, what? This is kick ass.
If there's one scene to keep with the lightsaber, it's this one.
Yeah. I'm still one of those guys that cheered when I was like a little kid watching him fight Dooku. I was like, yes!
Oh yeah, I lost my shit. It was awesome. Yoda
it's still
man.
funny now, though. Yeah, it's funny now a little bit.
And then, of course, not one mention of a youngling, so this movie will be welcomed at Galaxy's Edge.
Yeah, I heard about that. I was like, what?
I'm pretty sure that's bullshit, actually.
Oh, is it just the online, doing the online thing, making an issue out of something that never happened? Gotcha.
Yeah, because Hello Greedo was talking about how he was there and he was talking to somebody who said youngling.
Jesus. The internet's weird. There he is. Also, this is like hands down the best outfit that Palpatine has ever had. Like,
I would wear that.
I love his red robes.
It looks so comfortable.
Yeah. I'd wear that around the house. It looks like something you might put on after like a really fancy shower.
You step out of that shower smelling like roses.
Yeah. Smell like Sith today. Palpy robes, brought to you by Fisher-Price. There we go. I'll make a fake commercial for it.
I bought my Palpatine robes and I haven't smelled the same since.
Yeah. Comes with, I don't know.
Like,
what would be a bad thing that it comes with? Comes with visions of the future.
It would come with lightsaber holsters in the sleeve.
There we go. And like every time you put it on, you hear that scream. Like Palpatine's scream. It's amazing.
And here I think this serves as a pretty adequate Vader reveal. With the security recordings.
Yeah.
Because I have friends who haven't seen Star Wars, and I am tempted to just show them this.
I think that'd be a really interesting test.
Right?
Yeah,
like I've said that to people, and they're like, "Don't you dare do that! How could you do that? That's so awful! You're depriving them their experience." And it's like
I disagree, kind of sometimes. Like, I guess I get it. They're like, wait till they watch the OT and all that stuff, but I'm like, does it even matter anymore?
Also, if they watch the original trilogy first, there are absolutely no surprises for them, because everybody knows that Darth Vader is quote unquote Luke's father. They don't know who Luke is. They haven't made the association of Luke Skywalker. So I'm actually a firm believer that you should watch the prequels first if it's your first time, and you don't know the Vader thing.
I will say, leading up to The Rise of Skywalker, I will be starting with Episode 1 and going linearly through as much as I can. I probably won't include, though, the Clone Wars, because that's so way too much.
Yeah, that's going to be a process. You could... there's a guy on Vimeo who who has 6 Clone Wars movies cut together so far.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That would be actually really neat to watch. I've always thought about that, but I'm like, that's a huge undertaking.
It's good to hear, it's good when you have an idea for an edit and then you find out somebody else has done it, as long as the idea was going to be really cumbersome and annoying.
Yeah, it's like I can't even imagine me prepping for something like that, to be honest. Even something like this, like just so much work. Also, I love the fountain. It's always one of those things in the scene that I'm like, why did they? And then it's gone.
Lovely. It's just lovely.
Yeah. I'm like, why is it in the lower left of the frame? You know what's interesting? I don't know why I'm thinking about this right now, but like I can really see how similarly Rey and Padme do look.
They do look, yeah. Daisy Ridley, and also specifically in Empire Strikes Back, Leia.
Yeah. Yeah, because isn't she like in a lot of white in that movie? In The Empire Strikes Back? I'm like trying to like go through the visual feed in my head.
I was thinking
She's
more
like,
the tied back hairstyle.
That too, yeah. It's funny. It's like somehow George Lucas and Lucasfilm in general found three people that look oddly very similar. And like, not to go totally random here, just the fact that like young Harrison Ford, young with his crooked nose, looks like sort of like Adam Driver. I was like, it's uncanny to me when they put them side by side in an image I saw.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I was like, wow, they actually could be like related.
Yeah, when he took off that helmet, I was like, that's Han Solo's son.
It's
that nose.
Yeah. Like somehow he looks different from the movie Girls, or the film or the show. I never watched it really, but I saw like a clip before that I saw the movie just to know who he was.
I saw Kylo Ren and Harry Potter talking about something.
Amazing.
Because I'm pretty sure, because it was a scene between Adam Driver and Daniel Radcliffe, and they just did the audio effect on Kylo.
That's hilarious.
Excuse me.
I used to do that all the time. I have a Kylo preset in my digital workstation, Logic Pro
Nice.
X. It's just a couple simple things. It's a detune, distortion, reverb, a noise gate, and then a ridiculous EQ curve.
It's honestly, it's just two things in Adobe Audition. I can't remember
really?
what they are off the top of my head now, but it's adjusting the pitch and it's adding the sort of microphone filter. And you gotta be doing a bit of an Adam Driver impression.
Yeah, I do like the whisper, the creepy soft whisper.
I will finish what you started. That was awful.
It happens. I'm just kidding. You know what I noticed when doing impersonations? I just like say one line over and over again until like I feel like I sounded like them.
I know what you mean.
But even then, I never sound good. I feel like
whenever I have
my
to do
Kylo
Vader,
Ren sounds like, oh, I can't even do Vader. It's so hard.
Whenever I have to do Vader, I always do apology accepted, Captain Nita.
Apology accepted. It's so hard.
Apology accepted, Captain Nita.
Yeah, that's better than me. I can't do that. I don't even know if I get my voice that deep.
Thank you.
I'd be like, So, I have to be honest. I wonder, from all the things I've seen out of Star Wars recently, it seems like Mustafar's coming back in a big way. I hope.
I hope it is.
I would love to see Mustafar again.
It's
like the best setting.
Even just to see Vader's castle as like a nod at like the very beginning, quickly there at the beginning of Rise of Skywalker. We don't have to go back. I just want to see it.
Man, I always forget how intense that fucking scene is where he just chokes his wife.
His pregnant wife.
It's insane.
As a parent, that's gotta hit you double.
Oh yeah. Well, I just watched this weird movie on Netflix last night called I Am Mother. It's like a Netflix original.
Oh.
In it, there's like a baby being raised in it, and I just felt so weirded out being a dad, and I was like, oh, I just want to go hug my kid now.
God, I'm pretty satisfied being the awesome uncle for now.
Oh yeah. You don't want a kid yet.
No.
You want to wait like 10 more years.
Yeah.
Until you're ready, or whenever. It's a lot of work. It's fun, but luckily this stuff doesn't happen where there's force issues and visions and stuff. Just normal.
You never go over at Junior's crib and just suddenly see an image of him
stabbing me in the future.
Yeah, him stabbing you, your wife being blown up in a
I
ship.
hope that doesn't happen. I love how he says democracy. To democracy. That should be a slogan somewhere for like
Democracy!
campaign. Obi-Wan saying that like on a poster. Perfect.
So we just had some technical difficulties there. What happened?
My fault. So a bunch of flickering just went through my house during this badass fight scene, and then my internet went away, and I kept talking to nobody. And then eventually I was like, hello? Hello? And then I sent a chat, and I realized it failed. So I just had to turn my Wi-Fi off and on after that flicker, because I think it just turned off my router. So hopefully, if you guys are watching, you can go back to the 1:30-minute mark, or an hour and 30 minutes where we restarted this VO. Because it's got to get done.
I'll cut it and I'll sync it. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great.
Perfect. Sorry to the community there.
To the what's the thing that let's just call it the JX guys and gals.
Yeah. The impromptu JX guys and gals commentary session that sometimes goes haywire.
Sometimes is a very strong word.
Often not.
I mean, there was the whole beginning of the before.
That was a nightmare. Yeah, trying to get my freaking computer to recognize a device it said it was connected to made no sense.
Yeah, I'm still not really sure, but honestly, with the way your audio has been coming in, I'm kind of glad we're doing this 2 audio file thing instead.
Yeah, it can get dicey, I guess, if it's over the Wi-Fi sometimes. Mm-hmm. Hopefully next time we do this, I'll be wired.
Yeah, honestly, I think it's kind of funny that that happened to you, considering what I did right before we started.
Oh, right, because you refreshed.
I restarted my router to make sure that didn't happen to me.
Yeah, like stuff like that really never happens. But like my house I live in a house from the 40s. So
Same.
Electrical gadgets sometimes are really bizarre, and like things just turn off, and I'm like, oh, okay, I gotta go reset the breaker.
Dude, my current house is also from the 40s.
Damn.
18.
Oh yeah, because you're up in the area I used to be in. The house I was in was a historic one, kind of, but I think it was like 80s or 60s or 70s actually. Also, I'm pretty sure that isn't this all a practical effect, by the way, what we're looking at right now?
A good portion of it actually is, yeah. Like the just the landscapes of
like
Mustafar.
The lava flowing and everything, and
yeah,
it's like I feel like I remember seeing George Lucas filming Mustafar, but they did like the lava backwards, and they're like, hopefully nobody will notice.
Yeah, it was like they were like, well, George decided he wanted the shot going up the stream instead of down the stream, but luckily we could just play it backwards. And then I realized that this lava
was just
fall,
flowing up.
Yeah.
Either way, I doubt anybody. Like, it's one of those things where it's like, will people notice it? Probably not, because they're just watching a lightsaber duel.
Yeah. This whole honestly, this whole sequence was like what 15 minutes in the in Revenge of the Sith.
Oh yeah, it was a long one. And
I
truncated it to like around what?
5 minutes.
5 minutes?
Yeah. Well, it was pretty easy when getting rid of the Anakin Chancellor Palpatine is evil. From my point of view, the Jedi are evil.
Yeah, just like get right to the meat. Because like, technically, we all know that he like we can see in his face what he's thinking.
Yeah,
it's almost like let the fight tell the story instead of the exposition tell us what we need to know.
Exactly.
So that was a good move, I think. And to be honest, lightening up the lightsabers to have more impact in this way makes them really do have a lot of impact. Mm-hmm. Because like you could just like basically when it paused with those exposition points, it just lost the momentum sometimes.
Yeah, it's hard to keep somebody's attentions for 12 minutes.
Right.
No high ground.
Interesting.
And also a little something extra here that I was originally going to have another Qui-Gon moment here, but where he was going to go down and try to help, Obi-Wan was going to try to help Anakin, and Qui-Gon would say, no, leave him. But then I just discovered what you're about to see. Him going down, and then seeing just the Sith eyes. Because it does, I think it gives some weight to the, well, actually, it gives some weight to the Obi-Wan once felt as you do, despite the fact that line will be changed in the sequel.
Right.
To Padme, once felt as you do.
It's interesting, too, watching this scene again, just like the way that you put the whole movie together so far, it does make this a little more obviously tragic as like the Anakin and Obi-Wan sort of story here. Because there's one thing I always kind of felt with the prequels is that I couldn't tell who the main character was sometimes. But like it's so obvious the way you put this together, like who we're supposed to pay attention to. Also, I mean, Anakin here just looks so sad and just perfectly ruined. Yeah. Like this is like probably one of the best directed scenes in Star Wars, I think.
One little change.
This whole thing
right here. I moved the "I hate you" to when he was already being burned, because I think it has more emotional weight for him to say that after Obi-Wan says that he loved him.
Actually, that's a really profound way to put that together. Actually, I don't think I caught that the first time because I was just kind of like watching it and a little bit in and out of dadding. But yeah, I have to say that is like a perfect way to bring out the Sithness in this scene. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, I love you, I hate you. That's the end, you know?
Yeah.
That's really good.
Hopefully, if this is this might be the slight Girls with Sabers fan in me, but hopefully we don't get that exchange in Rise of Skywalker.
Oh, I don't think so.
I had an interesting idea. Well, this is Rise of Skywalker. I'll totally throw that to you after this, but I don't want to get into prediction territory here.
Totally. Also, great droid.
Yeah,
I love these weird fucking droids in the infirmary.
Of course, I cut out the lost the will to live part.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
And the really awkward childbirth scenes. Those are going to be reinserted into a sequence I'm titling Endagobah or Endorgobah, where
gotcha.
Because in the sequel, Luke is going to leave Dagobah after finding out about Vader, so we're not going to have the whole Obi-Wan on the rock or on the stump thing talking to him about his sister. So I'm trying to put that on Endor.
That could work. I'm really interested to see that once you start getting it all together.
Yeah,
but I think that was a good move, kind of cutting out the whole birthing scene, to be honest, because it does like carry on for a while, and like there's always like joke like she just like whipped out those names out of nowhere.
Yeah,
Luke, Leia, just like they never talked about it.
I like the I think it was a comic where Vader has like a vision of what his life could have been, and it's him and Padme retired on Naboo with their son Jin.
Interesting. Wait, I think I saw something. Was it when he was still sort of in his Jedi armor, if he did get burned, or was it like I saw something like that once, where it was like if he was like a light side version of the Darth Vader suit?
No, it was like It was he was like the vision was. It seemed like it was Episode 2 Anakin, but it was a comic, so you couldn't really tell. Gotcha. He could have just had short hair.
I'll have to check that out.
And then, of course, the original ending to Revenge of the Sith, where, as I call it, Obi-Wan pulls a Han Solo. Which is
Obi-Wan pulls a Han Solo.
Yeah, because we have this whole thing of Qui-Gon talking to him throughout the movie, and then he was just told by Yoda, how to commune with him, I'll teach you, so he can finally talk back to this disembodied voice.
Right. Yeah.
I know.
Boom.
And that's what I call pulling a Han Solo.
I like it. Also, the guy that plays Owen Lars, I never knew this, but that's the dude from Fighter. Like,
Wait,
I realized
really?
this a couple years ago. Yeah, what's his name?
I
Also, bravo for your great edit.
thank you very much.
It's a lot of work.
I actually have. I even edited the credits specifically under the edited by portions, and I credit cinematic captures and the people who inspired certain things.
Very cool.
Andrew was credited as the voice of General Grievous. Tommy
Yep, there it is.
Callahan there, right there is he actually inspired the Grievous between episode 2 and 3 scene.
That's cool, man.
Yeah.
I love that I'm finding out today, like, how much bigger this fan edit thing is. Like, I had no idea.
Oh, it's huge. Oh, and also, of course, crediting James Arnold Taylor as Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
For
Natalie
his,
Portman.
who wouldn't want to dock their space canoe in Natalie's port, man?
Well, my brother, I do have to actually get going.
Yeah, do your thing.
I am seeing the texts coming in. So yeah, I guess let's edit that part out. But dude, thanks so much for having me talk with you about the film and talk
Good to have you, man.
about
Good
it
to have
as
you.
it was going on. I thought it was really fun, dude. And honestly, let me know when the next one's ready to be talked about. And next time I'll take notes, so that way I sound smart when I'm talking.
It's going to be
But
some
seriously,
time.
Yeah, it's seriously, really good job, dude.
Thanks,
Really
man.
good job. And I hope that, also, yes, I love that this is in here right now. This is my favorite theme right now.
Oh,
Yes.
crap. I totally paused it. Which theme is it?
Oh, it's Leia's theme, when she's flying through the fucking... I don't know if this is actually from here or from The Last Jedi. It was like that theme from the Rise of Skywalker trailer.
Yeah, jumping.
It's right. It's like 1 minute 38 seconds to 39, or 1 hour 39 minutes. Let me see. Let me see. I'm gonna pause it too.
But
Somewhere in there.
but anyway,
Who knows?
As far as the commentary is concerned, let's just do some sign-offs. You know, you've been at chat. If you're watching this on YouTube, link in the description. I've been JX Editor, signing off.